Hello students, we will continue with the chapter Expansion of the Delhi Sultanate, the Khilji and the Tughlaq dynasties. In the previous video, we read how Alauddin Khilji dealt with the Mongol invasions and the steps he took to keep the nobles under his control. To achieve all this, he reorganized the army. He was the first Sultan to lay the foundation of a large permanent standing army, that is, he started maintaining a permanent army of paid soldiers. He raised the size of the army. He introduced the system of branding horses, dak, which means he started a system of putting a symbol on the skin of the horses using red hot iron, which left a permanent mark and made it easier to identify the horses. He also maintained a descriptive role of every soldier's chehra, which made it easier to keep details of every soldier's. These practices ensured that no horse or soldier could be presented twice or replaced by a poor quality. There were spies in every unit of the army. The nobles were not allowed to keep armies. The salaries of the soldiers were reduced and fixed. Now, we will see his revenue reforms. Alauddin required a large amount of money to maintain a huge army. So, he set up a strong and efficient revenue system. The land was measured and the share of the state was fixed. The tax was increased from 1/3 to half of the harvest, which was to be paid in cash. He appointed special revenue officers to collect the taxes. The next topic is his market control policy. He introduced market price control to compensate for the low salaries of the soldiers and the heavy taxes imposed or applied on the farmers. Alauddin set up 3 types of markets in Delhi. First one for sale of food grains. The second one for clothes and expensive items such as sugar and dry fruits. The third type of market was for horses, slaves and cattle. Each of these markets were under the control of an officer called the Shahana. The prices of all commodities were fixed and prices of essential items were kept low. Essential items are things you need to live, for example, food, medicines, etc. Alauddin appointed market officers to keep a strict watch on the prices, the weights used and the activities of the traders. There were severe punishment for cheating customers in price or weight or for hoarding or storing goods. If anyone was caught selling a commodity under the weight stated, such as by using false weight, an amount of flesh equivalent to the deficiency in weight was cut off from his body. He built warehouses or storehouses, and they were stocked with food grains, which were used whenever there was famine or shortage of food. Now, we will study how art and learning flourished under Alauddin Khilji. He was a patron or supporter of art and learning. The famous Persian poet Amir Khusro lived in his court. The large and impressive monument built during his reign shows his intense interest in architecture. The most beautiful example of Khilji architecture is the Alai Darwaza, which was built as an entrance door to the Qutub Minar. He also built a madrasa, which is a religious Islamic school in the Qutub complex. He built many palaces and mosques, including the Shiri Fort and the Palace of 1,000 Pillars. Alauddin died in 1316. After his death, there was political turmoil or disturbance because his successors were unable to rule the kingdom successfully. The last Khilji ruler was killed in 1320 by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. So, with this, the Khilji dynasty came to an end and the Tughlaq dynasty began, about which we will discuss in the next video. Here is your worksheet. Write the answers in your copy. Use the comment section for any query. Thank you.